Jai Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna Nama Prabhu ki Jai. Welcome all of you for the 61st session of Soulful Japa. Let us start with our Japa. Left my mala there. Okay. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Vishtarane Dev Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu.
The process is that you chant Hare Krishna and exactly the same sound you hear.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare.
You simply hear. When you say Hare Krishna, you try to hear the very sound.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare.
Simply chant Hare Krishna and try to hear the sound. That's all.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare.
When you chant, you must hear also.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare.
Chanting must hear. Hare Krishna, you must give attention to hear.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare.
As soon as you chant Hare Krishna, you hear it, then your mind becomes locked up.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare
So, we shall today discuss, as I said yesterday, a very powerful motivator of Japa. We all want good experience. We are all Living entity means it's an experiential being. Everybody likes experience, good experience. Good experience is called rasa. The whole path of bhakti, as well as the goal of bhakti, destination of bhakti, is full of rasa, is bhakti rasa. For instance, why are we chanting? Why have we come into Krishna consciousness? Because even in the knowledge that Krishna is the supreme absolute truth, there is a knowledge rasa, knowing rasa. Apart from that, his attractive nature, God is a reservoir of all love, and we are his part and parcel. So there also there is rasa, loving rasa. Material world, a world of karma, no freedom, bondage. We come to Krishna consciousness hoping for freedom rasa. We get freedom from these material modes of nature. Let me experience my true freedom to love Krishna. So we are all rasa beings. And our seeking of rasa is what we are seeking in Krishna consciousness also through different ways. And there is no better understanding of Japa, better perception of Japa than thinking that Japa is giving us an access to an ocean of rasa, satrasa, chitrasa and anandarasa. The ocean of rasa. Who does not want it? We are rasa beings. The absolute truth, Krishna, is a supreme ocean of rasa. He is Akila Rasa Amrita Sindhu. Akila Rasa Amrita Sindhu, all rasas. Sindhu, ocean. Amrita, sweet, nectarian. That is why we are all after Krishna consciousness. Not simply some God who is sitting and ruling everything. There's a very small aspect. It's a fact that he is ruling this material world. There are all very small aspects of Krishna. You cannot understand the glories of what the country is by understanding, everything that is, by trying to understand what goes on in the prison in the country. In the prison in the country is, very nicely you are running the prison. I understand who is the superintendent, who is the controller, and he is the controller and all this. It's all dry. Krishna is the controller of this material world. All these are dry for bhaktas. It's Shantarasa. It's also rasa. Shantarasa. Bhakti rasa is rasa of active relationship with Krishna. Dasya, Sakya, Dasya rasa, Dasya rasa, Sakya rasa, Vatsalya rasa, Madhurya rasa. Even Shanta rasa is so wonderful for a rasa-starved living entity in this material world. Even Sakya rasa, even Shanta rasa, where there is no active exchange of relationship, but there is appreciating rasa of the greatness of the Supreme Lord, His creation. Like we discussed yesterday, what a brilliant mind. Even scientists are not able to, touch a tip of it. And it is bewildering them more and more and more. More the science is advancing, it's not, filling the gap of ignorance, but it is increasing the gap of ignorance. So that is the unlimited brilliance of the Lord, even in a small creation like this material world. Just see. So, we need to understand, we need to always know that we are rasa beings and Krishna consciousness is the highest rasa. Krishna consciousness is the path for us to experience. Our highest rasa is also our original rasa. In the material world, we run after this rasa, that rasa, so many rasas. Actually, they are all not connected to us. But Krishna rasa, or Bhakti rasa, is our original rasa. And rasa means satrasa, chitrasa, anandarasa. Satrasa means rasa of its experience. Sat means it's the experience of permanency, experience of freedom, experience of power, experience. Sat means experience of unrestricted power at your beck and call. That's what we want in this material world. Sat. What is entitled for this little jiva? We are small part of God. So when whatever power that power, freedom and eternity, that is the Sat experience. What is Chit experience? Chit experience is we need. Yeah, can you put on that? Yes. See, what is Sat Chit Ananda experience? Is the experience of eternity, freedom and power. Chit is experience of knowledge and intelligence. What is the difference between knowledge and intelligence? Just like what is the difference between freedom and power? One is the application of the other. Intelligence is the application of knowledge. And Ananda is the experience of love and loving activities, of pleasure. Now, Krishna consciousness is a perfect Satchidananda experience. Why is it perfect Satchidananda experience? Because it's not based on this body which is temporary. We are talking bhakti is all about eternal connection with Krishna, eternal relationship with Krishna, our eternal self related to the supreme eternal self. So there is experience of eternity there. Everything is grounded on eternity, not on any temporary transient thing in Krishna consciousness. Krishna Nama is eternal, Jiva is eternal, Seva to the Nama is also eternal. And freedom. Sat, Krishna conscious freedom means freedom from the material energy, freedom from forgetfulness of Krishna. Because what do you want? Freedom is freedom from bondage. Bondage is caused by what? My nature is freedom, but I am not experiencing freedom because I am bonded in material world. We all want to be free, but we are bonded. In one way, you must be thanking, now this COVID-19, so much freedom I got. I could sit at home and do so many things. Nobody likes to be bonded in work. When you love some work, it's a different matter. Nobody likes to be bonded. Power. When you are in bhakti, when you are connected to Krishna, the unlimited source of power, you have all the power that you want for His service. His service is executed by His power. So you have no shortage. In the material world, people cannot experience eternity because they do not know what is eternal. Because they think their body is permanent. Their nature is to be eternal, so they never think that they will die. There is no freedom in this, there is no Sat freedom experience in this material world. There is no Sat power experience in this material world, because if it is there, it is only as per karma. It's not free. It's not freely. Whatever you desire, you don't get. But in the spiritual world, whatever I desire, I get for the Lord's service. Chit is the experience of knowledge and intelligence. Material world, so much, knowledge is gathered through the ascending process, through the senses. They're all imperfect knowledge. There's no purity. It's not pure knowledge, because tomorrow they change again. But this descending process of knowledge that is coming from Krishna through the parampara, Krishna through the shastras, that is something that is the experience that does not change. It is perfect knowledge. And intelligence. Intelligence is application of that knowledge. Why do you need intelligence? You need intelligence to act. How to act towards achieving something. That is intelligence. And when you are connected in devotional service to the Lord, then your intelligence is connected to His supreme intelligence. He gives us the intelligence to engage in His service. So there is no shortage of intelligence in the service of the Lord. So real pure Chit experience comes in pure knowledge that I am servant of Krishna. I am Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Lord. His unlimited knowledge of His unlimited glories. All these things, these are the kind of completely different from the Achit, about this world, knowledge and intelligence of this world. We want this experience. We want pure knowledge experience. For instance, we all want to know who I am. And like Prabhupada says, which university is teaching who I am? I am in this body, but I want to know who I am. I am in this continuously changing body, but that's okay. That's my body, changing body. But who am I? What are my eternal bearings? That is pure knowledge. I am eternal servant of Krishna. Ananda. In the material world, we are always seeking love. We want to love and be loved. Engaging loving activities, including sense pleasures. No doubt in this material world, all the Sattva, Chitta and Ananda we are running after, but it doesn't satisfy us, but it gives you just like a gilded gold, gives you an idea what is gold. A gilded gold is fake gold, but it gives you an idea what is gold. So in the similar way, we are not strangers to Sat, Chit, Ananda. But the Sat is fake Sat, Chit is fake Chit, and pleasure, Ananda, is fake pleasure in this material world. Why is it fake? Okay, experience is an experience. It's something you call fake because you expect it to be something, but it is not that. So some experience is there. That's why living entities are running around in this material world. But what do I deeply want? I want eternal Sat. I need pure Chit. I need pure love, perfect love, And that only God can give, and only Sat Chit Ananda, only our Sat Chit and Ananda links up with Krishna's Sat Chit Ananda, we can get complete experience or rasa. So that is Krishna consciousness is giving us our original complete sense of completeness, which we discussed yesterday about the purpose of Japa. When our Satchidananda links up with the Lord, then we get the experience of Satchidananda. So entire Japa is for experiencing Satchidananda. Ananda means experiencing love of Krishna, experiencing activities under serving the Lord, experiencing the glories, unlimited glories, the Chit, the glories of the Supreme Lord, experiencing the freedom, the power to serve the Lord. We are not impersonalist. Vaishnava philosophy doesn't say that. Vaishnava philosophy says that this material world, all the variegatedness that are there in this material world is Krishna's energy. If I am using it properly, I can experience Satchitananda here. I can experience Satrasa, real Satrasa, by handling money in this material world, because nothing is material. If it is used for Krishna, then it is a Sat experience. When I get freedom from the bodily concept of life, when I get freedom from my sense urges, I experience Sat. I experience freedom. What is freedom? I experience liberation from bondage in the material body, freedom from bodily concept of life. So freedom rasa I experience. It is absolute even in this material world. I don't die. I have no birth, I have no death. Soul does not have birth and death. Eternity, experience of eternity. You cannot get experience of eternity unless you know who is the Supreme Eternal. So Krishna consciousness is perfect Satchidananda experience. Please understand that this whole japa is for getting our original experience, foremost of that being love of Krishna. Our heart is craving for love of Krishna, but it is forgotten and it is misdirected in so many ways. Next. So what is the root cause of our material existence? What is the root cause of losing our Satchidananda? Our root cause is forgetfulness of Krishna and wanting to seek Satchidananda on my own. Is it the whole material world? Is not everybody is doing that? This world has nothing but this: power pleasure, freedom pleasure, power pleasure, knowledge pleasure, intelligence pleasure, love pleasure, sense pleasure. You tell me anything which is not covered under this. All happiness and pleasures are covered under these three items: Satrasa, Chitrasa, Anandarasa. So in the material world, everybody is, for some, let's say now you are going and you're working hard to earn money and you're sitting and working. It is to earn money. You're trying to satisfy your Satrasa. You're trying to gain some knowledge, read some book. You're trying to satisfy your Chitrasa. You come back home and then you feel relief with people, loving people around you. You feel Anandarasa. Wife cooks a nice, tasty meal for you. Love combined with pleasure. Anandarasa for the senses. Something that we all are seeking very deep within is given in its perfect or in its completeness. That is Krishna consciousness. So what happens next when why we are discussing this is because You see, ultimately, if you know the cause, how we lost our Satchidananda experience, and how you will see that Japa is connected to the reverse path of recovering our Satchidananda consciousness. Or forgetfulness of Krishna and wanting to seek Satchidananda on my own. The whole world is doing that, but they are never satisfied. So when that seeking is there for independent Satchidananda, we come in association with the material energy. Karanam gunasangasya sadasad. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, association with material energy is what causes us forgetfulness of our true self, as Satchidananda self, as Satchidananda servant of Satchidananda Lord. We identify with a material body as a soul and experience, being the identity, I am this body. Here the trap begins. First, it was only an attitude of seeking independent Satchidananda. You come in association with the material energy. Because you are spirit, you are Satchidananda. Matter is no Satchit, no Sat, no Chit, no Ananda. It is Achit, Asat, Achit, Nirananda Vastu. Matter. I come in association with that. When I come in association with that, naturally, Asat is opposite of Sat. Achit is opposite of Chit. Nirananda is opposite of Ananda. When I say that I am not Satchidananda, I am this body, material body. Next, what happens? Once I identify with I am the body. When you identify with I am the body, next, we lose our Satchidananda experience completely. Why should you lose? Body is Asat and Achit and Nirananda. If I think I am the body doesn't exist eternally. Therefore, I have to feel I am not. I feel a lacuna in my feeling of eternal experience. With little intelligence, I can realize that, see, this is not eternal experience. I took birth in this body, I will leave someday. And what is the alternate we get? We get original attitude of wanting independent Satchit Ananda. Once material energy captures us, our consciousness is trapped in the three gunas. Material three gunas, then the characteristic of three guna is what? To independently seek Satchidananda. That is called lauding attitude. Lauding means independently. When you are connected to Krishna, Satchidananda, you don't have to work for Satchidananda. Everything is lovingly, shared. Krishna's Sat, Krishna's Chit, Krishna's Ananda, and our Sat and Chit and Ananda is linked together. That is serving attitude. It is a serving consciousness. Loving, serving consciousness of the living entity transforms into lauding experience. That means independently, I want to experience these things. But in the material world, in reality, what happens? Deep in our heart, I cannot change what I am. My nature, I cannot change. My nature is to look for Sat and Chit and Ananda. Of the quality that I want. But I don't get it. I can only chase for the perfect Satchidananda, but never get it in the material world. So it is a fact, no, everybody is chasing for power, everybody is chasing for freedom, yes or no? This is very important to understand. Nature of the soul, this is what I am. I need freedom, I need power, I want freedom, I want my free will. And I don't want to die. I want permanency. Just like light has got, fire has got the quality of light and heat. The dharma. Dharma means quality of a substance. Similarly, Dharma, Atma is what? Sat. You have a property, you don't want anybody to grab your property. You want that property to be yours. You want loving people around you, you don't want them to really grow old and die. But they grow old and die. You also will die. Your identity as a lover and the loved people's identity both vanish. The souls will be somewhere else, and souls don't remember this at all. Only when they were relating, there was an rasa. But afterwards gone. But that's not what we want. We want eternal relationship. We never get in this material world. So we simply chase this thing in the material world, but we don't get it. So actually, Krishna consciousness is giving something that everybody is seeking. Isn't it amazing? Krishna consciousness is giving people something that they are all chasing after. And that is this Nama Japa. By chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Now the key point I'm going to mention after introducing this Satchidananda. When we do our Japa, okay, so we can reverse the journey back to Satchidananda existential experience by associating with the ocean of Satchidananda, the Nama Prabhu. So Japa is to re-experience our pure freedom and spiritual power of our free will. Who does not want? I mean, for millions of lives, this is what I've been chasing after, but I get something else. And here there is pure freedom and spiritual power. Japa is to re-experience our pure chit, consisting of knowledge of the self, free from I am this body, but an eternal being of Satchidananda and loving servant of Krishna and Krishna's unlimited glories, knowledge of Krishna's unlimited glories. Re-experiencing pure love experience of belonging to Krishna. See, we all want to belong to somebody. See, when you come home, you feel, okay, I belong. I belong to my children belong to me, wife belongs to me. A sense of belonging is something very fundamental to us. But look at it. Can we say one person in this material world who can say, I belong to so and so permanently and that person belongs to me permanently? No. Given an option, if you had a loving person with you, given an option, I ask you, please ask for a boon. That this loving person will always be with you and you will always be with the other person. You won't say, no, I don't want, you won't say. We all want to continue good experiences. We want to continue good experiences. But good experiences, first of all, good experiences don't continue, number one. Second, the very same source that gives you good experience will give you bad experience also. That is the nature of the material world, duality. You get dukkha from the people whom you love. Love means you should not get dukkha, you should get happiness from people whom you love. But in this material world, you get dukkha also from people whom you love. You cannot help, you cannot blame them. Because only Krishna is capable of giving us always transcendental happiness. So now we have come to Japa. What is the purpose of Japa? Everything is about experience. You just see, if there was no experience offered by the Shastras in Krishna consciousness, none of us would have come to Krishna consciousness. None of us would have come. Experience means three types of experience. Sat experience, Chit experience and Ananda experience. So, Now I am going to give you these are all build up. This entire thing was to build up to bring you to one point. What is that? When I do my japa, I know the ocean of Satchidananda is before me. And now I have learned that how to connect my soul with that ocean of Satchidananda, Shakti Aveshanama. I have learned. Attention is a connection. And devotion is the drawing power. Ye yatamam prapadyanse tam sthite bhajamiham. As you surrender, I reciprocate, Krishna says. The Satchidananda Nama who is on my tongue is saying, as you surrender, I reciprocate. You show preeti, you get preeti. You give commitment, he gives you commitment. Commitment in serving him, he will be committed. You seek awakening. I want to awaken myself. I want to come out of this forgetfulness of having no bearing at all. I do not know who I am. I have no anchoring at all in this material world. No anchoring. Please give me some anchor, who I am. Please reveal to me. What is all this? This is called Kripa Apeksha. You're crying in your heart. Hope. This is a different kind of a hope. It's a hope which makes us cry from our heart for what we are starving. I have not explained too much about this Kripa Apeksha factor. That's why I said this is the factor I am giving you now. The new concept which I am introducing, apart from other aspects, the background aspects, delight to chant, relish to hear, enthusiasm to build up task. And now, constant apeksha means anticipating mercy from the Lord. You ask, you seek, and it shall be given. Like that. Unless not that you ask, unless you have that hunger, your asking it only shows that you want. You're not ordering the Lord. That's why it's called hope. So you're seeking. So this is a very important feeling that is required in the background for a very quick advancement when you do japa. And for this you need to know that you are starving. Many people in the material world, they do not know they are starving. That is why this background had to be given. We are all Satta starved, Chitta starved, and Ananda starved. We have settled. Okay, this is it. This fake love is love. Fake power is power. At least something I'll get. Little rasa I'll get as long as that love lasts. Love lasts. But you can't do like that. This is a world of duality. You want to enjoy as much as love lasts. When the love breaks, you will have to suffer also. At that much pain. Suppose you enjoyed love with so much with somebody. Oh my God, that means the material world also, so much love is there. Suddenly the person dies. What is the degree of pain? Same extent. So you cannot say, let me take what I want. Something is there now in this material world, let me take. But be intelligent. Look for Krishna consciousness. Because he is our eternal relative. None of us belong to each other. We only belong to Krishna. Krishna is the only supreme proprietor of everything. All jivas, every living entity, material existence, everything is his. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Surdam Sarvabhutanam. He is a friend, he is the only friend of all living entities. So, now onwards I am giving you one more. You see, so far for this background feelings, I have not given you a practice. I'm thinking about it, how to do it. A systematic practice, because I've introduced so many things. Just like in the other foreground mind, we systematically introduce first chanting, concurrent chanting and hearing. Then we introduce tasking. Okay. So for that we had direct quotes of Prabhupada. What was that? For concurrent chanting and hearing, we had golden quotes. For tasking, the inspiration was diamond quotes. If it goes away, immediately again bring it. So perfect application of diamond quote will train our mind for tasking. Then we introduce, that is about foreground mind training. The background mind, same, when you chant, delightfully chant. When you hear, relish hearing. When you task, do with enthusiasm. So where is all this coming from? Background mind. Now one more thing I have introduced. Yesterday I introduced some more things. Basic feeling of purpose, desire and intent of japa. That I introduced. Doesn't matter, don't worry. Now you simply understand these things. We will see how to systematically ensure that when I am in japa, all these things are implemented. Some kind of practice sessions I will introduce for that also. Already I told you what is a practice session is you have to repeatedly think and contemplate about what I am speaking. And then naturally, that is why, today I speak about purpose and everything is sense of completeness. You remember that tomorrow morning, then when you do the japa, you will feel, with that background feeling, you will feel very good. But then you will forget it. Few days you will do it. Or today I am talking about this new aspect about kripa apeksha. Always do japa with kripa apeksha. Always do with kripa apeksha. Kripa apeksha is not a thinking, it's from the heart. When you are hungry, you don't need to think, right? You will cry without thinking. Same way, first we should get some knowledge about how we are cheated in this material world. We really are, what we are looking for is different. What we get is fake. I want now real Sat, Rasa, Chit Rasa and Ananda Rasa. Krishna consciousness is the only process of spiritual life where, remember this statement, see how powerful this process of Krishna consciousness is. This is why we say the whole world can become Krishna conscious. Because Krishna consciousness process is the only spiritual process which does not reject material energy, does not reject material relationship, does not reject material love. You simply have to make it divine, connected to Krishna. Just see, completely it becomes spiritual. It becomes spiritual. Because everything is Krishna's energy. Only my consciousness is what is a problem. My consciousness of lording over it for independent pleasure is the problem. Tomorrow I will talk about this, about the game of karma. How we are all playing this game of karma in the material world. Okay. So, Krishna consciousness is something that does not need to be, you don't have to give up money. Ordinary spiritualists say money means Maya. Money means Maya. Why money means Lakshmi for us? For engaging in service of the Lord. Energy. Money means energy. I don't covet the money that it is for my pleasure. No harm. oh no, it's inevitable so in the material world to, somehow in the material world to run an organization, we need money. So somehow, otherwise given an opportunity, I won't touch money. That's nonsense. As per Krishna consciousness, Yukta Vairagya means you don't see the difference between this material world and spiritual world. You know that it is temporary, doesn't matter. It is Krishna's world. One corner of Krishna's world. For instance, if I have a family, no problem. No problem. The family does not. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, be situated where you are. Just Krishna eyes everything. Touch Krishna, experience Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is the only instruction Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave to everybody during his South India tour. Stay where you are, chant Hare Krishna, read Bhagavad Gita. That's all he gave instruction. That will bring perfection of life. So it's not about giving up the material world, giving up relationships and all those things. It's about spiritualizing relationship. If I have a relationship with my family, my whole goal is, what is the goal of family life? We all develop Krishna Bhakti. Wife, children, husband, everybody. House becomes a temple of the Lord. Archa Vigraha, whatever you take, everything is owned by him. The man of the house goes and earns money. He should think that it is for running my temple. How can it be Maya? But he should maintain the temple with purity. Just like if we go and collect money for this temple and we all simply enjoy our senses, does it become Krishna conscious? No. It has to be used for the Lord. That means we have to be sensitive. Who is the enjoyer of my house? Who is the central enjoyer? Who is a proprietor? We develop Krishna Bhakti. So nothing wrong. Because Krishna is a master. And then Krishna consciousness comes in. Once Krishna, relationship with Krishna comes, we all know, come on, it's okay. I may have children, I may have father, mother, I may be, when I am there in the house, I give them attention, affection and all those things. Because after all, I may be in illusion, they may be illusion, but I am a real being and he is a real being in that body. As long as Krishna is linked up, then there is a meaning in that relationship. No problem. I know that we are all travelers, we come together, those souls have come together. At some time these souls will separate, go away, no problem. When somebody near and dear dies, he doesn't think that this belongs to me. It's Krishna's will and wish. As long as they were there, I had a Krishna conscious relationship with my children, with my father, with my husband, with my wife. When they are gone, I have a Krishna conscious. My Krishna consciousness remains. So there is no false renunciation. The impersonalist path is where everything they want to... Because what happens in the material world, the impersonalists also realize that I am dissatisfied with the fake sat, fake chit, fake ananda of this world. We also have realization that fake chit, fake ananda and fake sat of this world. We also have realization. Now solution for them is different, solution for us is different. They don't believe that there is a real varieties of sat, chit and ananda. But we believe what Krishna says, that there is a Paramdhama, that this is a perverted reflection of that real variegatedness. And these are symbols from that world. Whereas in the impersonalists are not able to explain, okay, ultimately Nirguna Brahman, that means no Sat, no Chit, no Ananda, no qualities except pure existence. Pure existence, no variety, no Ananda and no Chit. No I, you, all these identities are all coming out of Chit, differentiating of Chit. All this does not exist in eternity. Then they are not able to answer why these varieties in this material world. Krishna conscious philosophy is able to answer why these varieties are there, because it exists somewhere else. If there is a counterfeit note, there has to be a note somewhere else. If I see a rope as a snake in illusion, it means that particular rope I am seeing as a snake. But somewhere rope is existing, somewhere snake is existing, otherwise I won't go into illusion. So it's not that there is no rope, there is no snake. So it's not that there is no ananda, there is no love, there is no identity, there is no power, there is no free will. All these things are illusion when you say. That is wrong. Krishna conscious philosophy says, don't give up anything, even this material world belongs to Krishna. Just think, what is the connection of this with Krishna? Then that is spiritual. Take this notebook. What is the connection of this? If I can write something for Krishna, yes, why not? This is spiritual. Not Maya. Not Maya. Maya is separated consciousness. So, anticipation. Now I'll tell you during Japa, when we do Japa, it is not only anticipation from the Lord, anticipation for I need Sat, Chit and Ananda, I need to awaken. Not only that, life, even externally, the Lord gives us power to preach, gives us money to preach, miraculously organization build up. All these things are possible. It's all reciprocation from Nama Prabhu, Sat. They're all power. And He is the source of all power. So it's not that only for self-purification, that is the only idea, okay, when I chant Hare Krishna, ultimately I'll get purified. No. As I get purified, I have to engage in my activity of what? I have to engage in the activity of pleasing the Lord. Lord as a mission in this world, And I get rasa, engaging in the power of the Lord, in the service of the Lord. Like Prabhupada at the rasa, preach Krishna consciousness, build up the movement, double the book distribution, do it. There's a Leela of where Prabhupada went to talk to a village where one historical saint was also had given lecture sitting under that tree. So and everybody knew that. So somebody in the audience said, so and so, Baba. One incident he told, that when somebody told him that under his asan there is some money, immediately he got up, reacted and said, Maya, he said. So they asked Prabhupada, what will you do if I say there is money? Prabhupada replied, Koto ache, bring. How much is there? Bring. As much as you want to bring, I will take it. This is Krishna consciousness. Okay, so we will stop today on this particular thing. Please, the takeaway today is, see, to give one takeaway, I have to build up background so that it remains in your mind. Kripa apeksha. Because why it is a powerful motivator? I began saying that it's a powerful motivator because there is something in it for me. Our nature is like that, but nothing wrong in that feeling, because that is your original selfishness. Is, all jivas have original selfishness. Original selfishness means it's survival. I need seva. I need Sat, Chit and Ananda. I need. Without that need, I cannot, I will be lost. If you don't give me Chit, I will be lost in this material world thinking I am this body. If you don't give ananda, if you don't fill my heart with ananda, my heart will go and, in the hungry soul will go and eat some sense pleasures and material pleasures. So-called material love, so-called love of this material world, it will go and try to embrace. Therefore, nothing wrong in kripa apeksha. And then I tell you, it's a relationship with the Lord. Remember that principle, kripa apeksha works on the principle of ye etamam prapadyante tam satya bhajami. As you surrender, I reciprocate. How genuinely you do the apeksha, you will be filled with that. Lord never lets his devotees down. And that kripa apeksha and the reciprocation of the Lord becomes a big factor of deepening our relationship with Nama Prabhu. Again, I said Japa is a relationship with Nama Prabhu. It will deepen our relationship. So tomorrow we'll talk about how we lost our Krishna, our Satchidananda consciousness, because we need to know about this, and so we need to know the world view as per Krishna. The world view, how Krishna looks at this world, we need to know. So we'll deal with that tomorrow. Question: can we apply soulful concepts, Preeti and Shraddha also in the training period? I told you, if it comes naturally without disturbing your foreground mind, that means, let us say, what I told about Preeti, you read half an hour before your Japa. No problem, your foreground mind need not work because you already put in your background mind. So you chant with Shraddha, with Preeti, or you heard about Shraddha. Early morning you heard about Shraddha, all the Shraddha points you make on recording, and then hear about that Shraddha. Next 1 month, this is a training I am proposing. Just like we have training for this, I'll list out all the Shraddha points. Already some devotees are doing it. Some Shraddha points. The key 8 Shraddha points. You every day morning, next 1 month, you should hear that. 15 minutes, you should hear that. In your own voice, you record and you hear that. That's all. That day's foreground Japa you normally do. In the background, that Preeti will come or Shraddha will come. Okay, please clarify whether transcendent knowledge is revealed to a devotee through the mercy of Nama Prabhu or spiritual master. How can you separate these two things? They are all working together now to you, to lift you up. Whether it comes from him or them, is what is it? Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasadat. You always have to think all kripa you are getting Guru Krishna. Then together. Okay. A thought which works on day for effective chanting doesn't help the second day. What can be the reason, Prabhuji? A thought which works on the day for effective chanting doesn't help the second day. Don't depend on all these thoughts. You don't need any thoughts. To do your concurrent chanting come hearing, you don't need thoughts. I told you, you need to follow Prabhupada's command to do and know that sound. And if at all anything is required, you need thought feelings, bhavana. So if you are doing your chanting today nicely because of a thought, actually you are diluting your doing. You are doing what work you should have done before Japa. There are 2 kinds of exercises required for perfecting one's Japa. One is pre-Japa work. Pre-Japa means not tomorrow, yesterday and all that thing. Off Japa work. Let us say off Japa work. Just like all the things that you have read about Krishna consciousness, all that you know about Krishna consciousness till today is a off Japa work that you have done. That will help in your Japa. Japa itself, the foreground activity, the foreground mind and background mind, if you are not followed, you go back to that module and read and hear those things. Okay. This is very important. You have to understand this difference between, because we are training, what is foreground mind, what is the aspect that is dealt with the foreground mind, and what is the aspect dealt with the background mind. So the very framing of your question, a thought which works for the day, that means, for instance, today you thought, today I shall do Japa by thinking I should hear. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. So instead of hearing, you will be thinking, I should hear. You should turn that I should hear into a feeling by advanced thinking. Is it possible to have same quality of japa like morning Brahma Muhurta japa at any time of the day? You can have, but definitely, you see, the Brahma Muhurta time is very, very precious, very, very favorable. Okay, our body cycles, nature cycles favor the japa meditation. So therefore, take advantage of it. But those who are not attentive, let's say somebody is not attentive, he's during Brahma Muhurta is chanting. So somebody is not able to chant during Brahma Muhurta, but at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, completely attentively is chanting. Then what has Brahma Muhurta contributed? Brahma Muhurta is not going to give you self-realization. Your chanting is going to give you self-realization. It is a favorable circumstance. So it's not, don't take it as so important. If I don't do chanting in Brahma Muhurta, I will never get spiritual life. No, don't do that. Na smaranena kala, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Nam namakari baudan nija sarvashakshi tatrarpita niyamita smaranena kala. There is no time when Nama cannot be worshipped. It's equally powerful when you worship the Nama anytime. That is a theory. Practically, yes, Brahma Muhurta. Why? What do you mean practically? Practically means so many limitations are there. Where do you get best effect? Brahma Muhurta time. Since our foreground mind can do only one activity at a time, how can it produce the sound and know the sound simultaneously? I am giving more focus on hearing what I am speaking. Is it fine? I am afraid that I may not be doing isolated hearing. Will be equally conscious? Will we be really equally conscious of both speaking and hearing? See, your first question, how can it produce a sound and know the sound simultaneously? I told you so many times, I have given this example. You cannot do two things at a time. But you can do one thing and know that thing that you are doing. Now I am speaking. While I am speaking, I am also hearing what I am speaking. Is it not? Concurrently I am hearing. So it is possible to do doing and knowing. But if you tell me to do two things, if you tell me, you speak to me and you also speak to another person for something else. No, now I have to talk about japa. I can do only one thing. I cannot do something else. Doing one thing. Cannot do two things. But you can do and know. So anyway, if you are getting confused about it, you simply do at least one thing. Is whatever way you are doing japa, is it tiring? Is it giving you energy? That is good. Don't analyze too much. Analyzing is required for people who have problems. Right? If I have to go to a doctor only if I have a problem. If I don't have a problem, why I should go to the doctor? Why I should know how the liver is functioning, all this, I don't need. So that is another thing. Don't go, then it becomes jnana, unnecessary jnana. Next. While chanting, you have mentioned about tasking impulse. Do we need to practice it in the background mind or foreground mind, or is it a feeling? Yeah, that tasking impulse is a feeling. It's a feeling impulse. A feeling impulse which makes, because feeling leads to action that makes us move the bead. So feeling, it's a feeling impulse. Feeling impulse, do we need to practice it in the background or foreground? Even if you practice in the foreground, nothing wrong, because you are applying your foreground on only between the two beats. You are not disturbing your concurrent chanting come hearing. But sooner or later, please understand that even if you practice during the foreground mind, it will automatically learn and background mind will carry it out automatically. Eventually, tasking does not need attention at all. You need to feel the tasking. It does not need attention. When you train, you may need attention. Oh, one bar between the beats I had to feel. But once you have trained yourself, your background mind is going to give you the tasking impulse. Your foreground mind has no work. At the same time, that feeling of impulse will be there between the malas, between the beats. So really possible that the child can do mindful japa at a small age. Why not? You have to assist. Just like I gave the example. You tell the child, chant one mala, chant once, he'll chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram. Very good. One more you do. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. One more do faster. Again, immediately you do one more you do. Very good. You give motivation done. Mindful japa is done. Concurrent chanting and hearing. But finally, it needs, you cannot say the mind can do mindful japa at a very small age on its own without being trained. Mind has to get trained. Even a child's mind can get trained. Chanting really and exactly is the same as a conversation between two persons. I'm doubtful because I don't think that we are giving as much chesta we are giving in chanting in a conversation. Now, it is not a conversation, has so much varieties. We are not, unless you know a person and become close to him for a long time, you see, we should not imagine it is like a car. It's a relationship. It's a relationship of, you may be only talking one thing in a day. Please give me mercy. So it's not that you have a dialogue with the holy name. Conversation between two persons. It's not like that. Because, I have no qualification to have a dialogue with him. He's there. I can feel and I can beg, I can thank. These are the conversations from our side. My side I can do. And from his side, it's all, he will infuse what he wants. He will infuse his intelligence into me and give me realizations. Not by talking to me directly. So it's not like a conversation. Okay. To some degree, yes, small conversation. It's a conversation of feelings, bhavana, exchange of bhavana. Next. Okay. So, thank you very much. We'll meet again tomorrow. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna Nama Prabhu Ki Jai.